Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Obese the Prophet. This is the Prophecy Podcast. My co-host, Justin Martin, is here, rejoining us after a nice vacation from the podcasting job, because it kind of is a job, in a way. We do a little bit of work and research for it, so planning and everything else, and time. So we got a dope guest with us here tonight. Also got some pretty cool announcements. I want to jump into the announcements. The first thing is we have a new sponsor. Recovery on the Road is a company that was started by a friend of mine named Michael Paddleford, and they go around to different areas throughout Maine and New England, and they bring speakers and they talk about recovery, and they try to put it out in the open and make it more normal for people to talk about it, get help, and so on and so forth. And he does a podcast called Recover Loud on local access in Portland on Channel 5. And we're going to have a little segment soon that we'll record, and I'll be playing on the shows. And I just want to direct people's attention to the cause in general. So they're going to be a new sponsor for us. And, if you're ever having any problems with addiction and you need help and you're thinking about recovery, there's a lot of options out there. They got a good Facebook group, so if you go on Facebook and look up Recovery on the Road, you'll find a lot of answers to a lot of questions. There's a lot of volunteers out there that help people get from where they're at to treatment, and it's a great network of people. So glad to have them on board and help try to bring awareness to their brand and what they're doing too. However I can, which is basically with the show, because it's like all I have as far as putting shit out there is my social media and this show. So yeah, happy to have them on, and you can see their logo up there at the top of the screen. But yeah, so we hadn't had you around for a couple of weeks. I don't know if you got to check out any of the episodes. We had some good ones. We had Zeke on last episode that we had was 2 weeks ago, because last weekend I was traveling. I was I was on a bus last Sunday in a snowstorm. It took me a long time to get home, but I made it. And yeah, when you only got one vehicle, you're down a vehicle. It's a little tough to navigate your way around. If you got to be somewhere and someone else has to be somewhere at the same time, it's tough to figure out, how to get that done. So we figured it out. It was a long trip at a snowy time, and at least we were comfortable on the bus. There was only a couple of us on there, but it was a great time, and I hopefully won't have to do it for a long time. But I used to ride the bus all the time from northern Maine down to southern Maine. And it's a trip. It takes 10 hours altogether or whatever. 9 or 10 hours. I can't really remember exactly, but I came from New Hampshire, so it was even longer. But so yeah, that was a fun weekend. Last weekend, missed a show, but the thing about it was last weekend's guest wasn't even able to do the show because they were on the road doing shows. So it worked out. But yeah, needless to say, we got a great guest on with us tonight, and we got some great comments already in the chat. If you want to check that out, Justin, it's hilarious. I'm not going to post it up because I don't even know what it means, but shout out to whatever nationality.
Japan, maybe?
Yeah, maybe Japan. I don't know what it says, but I'm just going to say thank you for the comment, whatever it is. If it's bad, we'll look at it later and take it out of there. But yeah, right now I'd actually like to bring in the guest, Jordan Grant, dope artist. I'm gonna let the artist, I'm gonna let the artist go over what it is that they do and where they're from and all that stuff. I'm gonna bring them on right now. Yo,
what's up? What up?
Jordaine.
What's going on?
So I had just introduced the audience to you, but I didn't want to go too far in, so I'm going to let you give them an introduction to who you are, where you're from, how you got your name, how long you been doing this.
Yeah, so I live in Cape Cod, Massachusetts right now. A lot of people know it as like a vacational spot, but there's a little scene here, with music and shit. But I
Yeah.
don't know if I can swear on here or not, but what's it called? I live here, but actually I lived in Portland, Maine for a while, a couple years ago.
Yep.
So I'm familiar with that area, and I moved back here like 3, 4 years ago. Finished high school and shit. So yeah.
Nice. So how would you rate Portland versus Cape Cod?
Jeez. Well, for one, Portland is pretty diverse city. I like that. You got different people from different backgrounds. You got Somalians, South Sudanese, Ethiopians. You got people from all over. Iraq, Iran.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about it. It's like this is diverse pot. It's like kind of like New York, but it's smaller. So you get that flavor. But the Cape, the one thing that's different about the Cape, I would say it's a drastic difference between the winter time and the summer. It's like summer, it's like chickens head loose running. It's like crazy. Like people all over the world coming here, and you see us in movies and stuff, with the nice beaches, nice water and shit. But in the wintertime, it's like there's no one here, so it's just like the older folks who live in nursing homes and
that's like
people working.
That reminds me of Old Orchard Beach.
Yeah,
like,
my hometown.
Yeah.
Old Orchard Beach would be
Very
like
familiar with that.
100,000 people on a fucking summer day in July, and then when wintertime and when school's in session wintertime, I think it's like 8,000 people that live there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a huge difference in summertime. Probably very similar to be. I think I went to Cape Cod when I was young. I don't remember it. I'm pretty sure I went out that way. Not sure exactly where, but I did hear about an old military base out that way. If you head out all the way to the end, there's this old military base out there where you can go and check out and explore, just some extent anyway. And I've always wanted to go out there and grab shots of my drone and shit. I just haven't had the chance because that's a hell of a drive, especially going from Maine to get all the way out there to the end of the fucking point out there.
Yeah, it's dope. It's really dope. I mean, yeah, you definitely get some good shots with the drone for sure. My friend, he has a drone. He goes out in the afternoon sometimes and gets some great shots with that. So
yeah, drone is fun. Right now it's been like a really cold and fucking snowy winter. I haven't really had the chance to use it as much, but yeah, I can't wait to get back out there and start using it. So about how long you been making music now?
To be honest, about 2 years.
2 years.
It's like it's always been a thing that I've wanted to do. Like I remember the first time I started making music, not even making music, but I like jot down some stuff on a paper. I was like 5 or 6, and like it was it was stupid. It was the stupidest song ever, but that's the closest thing I can remember. Like I was interested in music, and then up to 2 years ago, like during the pandemic, actually before that, like the 2020 January, actually I remember that. My friend and I were like, "Yo, let's just start making music and shit." He's already doing it before, but I'm like, I'm gonna just try it out and see how it goes. Maybe I'll like it, maybe not. And at the time, I was going to school, so I mean, I had that to do. But then I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go ahead with this and just do it full time.
Hell yeah! And from what I heard too, I mean, I've heard through Spotify on your Spotify. I mean, it sounds good. It doesn't sound like, I'm sure there's been some growth in those 2 years, but I'm saying, what I hear is good. And I've heard people come in, have been doing it for like, 10 years or something, and it seems like that you got to step on them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in 10 years from now, there could be some real potential, at least from what I heard from you. And I'm excited to hear a couple of things that I haven't heard tonight when we play it. So,
thank you. I appreciate that.
Usually we do strange news right now, and I know that it's been a couple of weeks since you've been around, Justin. I know you have some strange news for me, so hopefully, right? So let's let that fly. Let's hear what we've had the past few weeks, and we already know what's going on in Ukraine. Shit is fucked up, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But right now we're talking about strange news because honestly, for Russia, that shit is not that strange. That's kind of like seeing that shit coming, right? So it's regular news, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah. So if you've gone over these at all, because I've been pulling for a few weeks here, just let me know. First one I got is local, so right here in Boston. We had at Logan Airport, some TSA agents apparently found a passenger that was trying to get a slow cooker on a plane. And you can imagine a slow cooker on a plane is red flag number one. But come to find out, when they pulled this person and bag out of line, it wasn't just a slow cooker. It was stuffed with cash, $10,000 worth of cash rolled up in the slow cooker.
Okay.
So this guy, one of the spokespeople, said, "Not sure why the passenger tried to hide the money in a slow cooker, but Massachusetts State Police eventually cleared the passenger and the money." So, again, not the greatest idea to hide it in a slow cooker with all the things that go on with those devices, but
Right.
he was cleared. So I found that one pretty interesting.
What the hell?
Yeah,
They took the slow cooker though.
yeah. I guess he kept the slow cooker.
Wow.
I got another one.
Did he keep his cash?
Say that again.
Hell
Did he
no.
keep the cash? He
No.
did?
Yeah.
He
He
kept
was
the
able to-
cash?
Oh shit! He got lucky.
Yep.
They must take
$8,000.
that.
I don't know where he would have put it, but
Was he white?
it doesn't. It
I'm
doesn't
telling
say.
you. Well, obviously not. Well, he probably was. That's why he got to keep that money. Because there's no
Right.
fucking way they let him keep the money. That's weird. Because I've seen shit all the time. I watch some shows, catching them at the airport with shit, and they'd be like, "You need to prove where this money came from right now," and you're like, "I can't," and they're like, "Well, we're gonna hold that." That's
Right.
usually how it goes. So
Damn.
that's weird that he got the money back.
Yeah, and the fact that they didn't say who the person was in the article makes you think he was probably very Caucasian.
Yeah, obviously, you bring a fucking part to make a bomb on a plane, and they let you go. That's fucking white
Right,
man.
with
Fucking
10
slow
G's
cooker.
rolled up in it.
The
Oh
hell?
god.
All right, so to go along with making money and spending money, did you guys hear about the Felicity Ace?
Nah.
Nah.
So
Here.
the Felicity Ace was it was a cargo ship carrying cars and SUVs from Audi, Porsche, Bentley, Lambo, and in the middle of February it had caught fire. So the crew abandoned the ship and it was just floating out in the fucking ocean on fire for
Damn.
weeks. And just recently,
I did remember hearing about that too. Luxury
yeah,
car.
March 2nd. So this was what, last week.
Yeah.
The largely burned out ship was being towed back to a safe port when it sank, according to a
Damn.
report. Let's see. Volkswagen Group were alerted. A number of vehicles were fully electric, including models from Volkswagen and Audi.
Yeah.
There were Lamborghinis on board.
Yep.
So the V12 Aventador, which is $400,000. Let's see what else was on there.
Craziness.
Most of the Lamborghinis on the ship were less expensive Yuru SUVs and Huracan supercars, but the total damage for the loss of all those vehicles was $335 million.
God.
And get this,
Jeez.
VW, Volkswagen, has said the damage will be covered by insurance.
Oh yeah. Of course it will.
Better be.
I mean,
Damn.
ah,
Including the ship too?
I guess that was not including the ship. That was just the cargo.
Oh. Damn.
And they said that the ship did not release any pollutants into the water as it burned. Bullshit.
what?
According to the shipping company. The environmental impact of the ship's total immersion in the water isn't yet known, obviously.
Wow.
But I found that
Man.
fucking pretty wild. When I first heard it, it was just a ship burning out
Right.
in the ocean with all those fucking cars on it. And I was like, holy shit, how does that happen? And then, last week when they were towing it back to port, it sunk.
It's for insurance. It's insurance money.
Yeah.
Nah.
They were
Ain't
like,
no
hey.
way.
These electric cars are going to make some rich people fucking think that they're doing better for the planet. Let's just sink
No.
those. We need more fuel cars, less electric.
Yeah.
It was the fucking the fuel companies, bro.
Well, we'll see what happens when those lithium ions leak out and, into the ocean and get in our,
They
drinking
probably
water.
own that shit too. If they were smart, if big gasoline was smart, they invested in batteries.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, I got another one. This one's pretty fucked up though. A 4-year-old girl who went missing more than 2 years ago was found alive by police. This was back in middle of February again. She was found alive by police, hidden underneath a staircase.
I heard about that one. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, her name is Paisley Schultes, and she was found at a residence in Saugerties, which I guess is outside of Albany, or 45 miles south of Albany.
Upstate New York.
Yeah, middle of nowhere, basically.
Yeah,
Officers found the young girl after an hour of searching in a makeshift room under a staircase leading into the basement. The detectives noted that something appeared odd about the staircase and saw a blanket after flashing a light between the steps. Paramedics examined Paisley, and after determining she was in good health, she was returned to her legal guardian. Apparently, after removing several of the steps, the child and her abductor were discovered within this little room. The space was small, cold, and wet. So this girl was missing, reported missing in July of 2019, and authorities believe she was taken by her non-custodial parents. So there was 3 people involved. They were all arrested and charged with her disappearance. They previously followed leads to this same house where she was ultimately found, but said that each time the residents had denied any knowledge of the little girl's whereabouts. During some of the follow-ups to that location, authorities were permitted limited access into the residence to look around by the owners, knowing that the child and her abductor were hidden within the house and would not be found.
That's wild.
Yeah. Someone's not doing their job all the way there.
Yeah.
No.
Well, they knew, they knew she was there, and they had searched multiple times, which is fucking nuts that they were able to get away with it, a couple times, 2, 3 maybe.
It's stupid. Why didn't they get a fucking search warrant? It's like,
well, ultimately they got
it,
in, and luckily for that detective, something just didn't look right, and he was able to kind of put it all together, So
I wonder how many times they've been there. Like, just went back to the house.
Yeah, it doesn't say exactly how many. It just said a number of times.
A number.
Yeah.
2 years, man. That little girl is 6.
They were there every week,
Jesus, man.
Who knows? Yeah, so that's fucked up. But I'm glad they found that little girl, though.
Yeah, I hope she's okay.
They checked her out. She went back to her parents unharmed. So
imagine being without your kid for 2 fucking years and not knowing what the fuck's going on.
Right?
You guys think they're dead or something?
Right. That's crazy.
God.
So I got a couple more things if you want to hear them. Yeah? All right, you keep munching. So I know space and aliens and stuff come up in the show a lot. I think we've talked about black holes a little bit. They're still pretty unknown, but apparently at the University of Michigan, a physicist is doing some research with quantum computing and machine learning to find out exactly what the hell goes on inside of a black hole. So it turns out that using this quantum computing and machine learning to better understand what's going on in a black hole, they've figured out that it's something called holographic duality, which is something we've already tossed the idea about. And this holographic duality, it's going to make your head hurt in a second. But from what I understand, holographic duality is the mathematical conjecture that connects theories of particles and their interactions with the theory of gravity. So it's basically taking what Einstein said about gravity and trying to connect it to what physicists say about particles. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me go a little bit deeper, okay? The conjecture suggests that the theory of gravity and the theory of particles are mathematically equivalent. But what happens mathematically in the theory of gravity happens in the theory of particles and vice versa. Okay? I don't really understand what this is all saying, but both theories describe different dimensions, but the number of dimensions they describe differs by 1. So inside the shape of a black hole, for example, gravity exists in 3 dimensions, while a particle theory exists in 2 dimensions on its surface like a flat disk.
Yeah.
To envision this, think again of the black hole, which warps space-time because of its immense mass. The gravity of the black hole, which exists in 3 dimensions, connects mathematically to the particles dancing above it in 2 dimensions. Therefore, a black hole exists in a 3-dimensional space, but we see it as projected through particles. So what they're saying is, it's possible that our reality is a holographic simulation of
I knew it.
black hole.
I
What's going
freaking
on
knew
with
it.
Yeah. I've been saying it for a while.
Yeah. So, clearly there's still got to be some more research done on this, but the University of Michigan is looking into things that we've kind of already talked about and theories that are already out there.
Yeah.
So some scientists are theorizing that our entire universe is a holographic projection of particles, and this could lead to a consistent quantum theory of gravity. So, again, my brain's hurting right now thinking about this, but it's fucking crazy that
So you're saying there's a
information
chance.
and data exists to prove that.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've been saying weird shit like that for a while, so
Yep.
it just, I like that they're pushing the research on it. That's good.
There's still a lot we don't know.
No, we'll never
Just
know
saying,
in our
this is
lifetime.
just scratching the surface. It doesn't really make sense. So,
Yeah. But yeah, we do talk about that shit a lot, and
Yeah.
so it's cool to kind of hear more about it. I did see that they are, and you're talking. I don't know if you're talking about the same thing, but what I had seen earlier today was hold on, I'll tell you. It's something related to black holes too. So I don't know if it's the same thing though. I shared it on my Facebook. Where the fuck is it? So NASA just saw something come out of a black hole for the first time ever.
oh
So this
yeah, I
is-
did see that. I don't think it's the same thing though.
Right, it ain't the same thing. So you don't need to be an expert in science to know that black holes usually pull shit in, right? Okay, black holes
because
usually
of
pulling shit in because of
Mass and
gravitational
its
force.
gravity. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, but they discovered something quite weird around supermassive black hole Markarin 335. 2 NASA telescopes, including Nuclear Spectroscopic Telescope Array, witnessed a black hole's corona being launched away from a supermassive black hole. Then a huge burst of X-ray energy emitted. So, what happened? And this is what scientists are currently trying to understand. It's the first time they've been able to link the launching of a corona to a flare. This will help us understand how supermassive black holes power some of the brightest objects in the universe. So this black hole is 324 million light years away from us. So whatever it does is really not going to have any effect on us per se that we know of.
Well,
But,
324
yeah.
million years it will.
See it and study it though is pretty cool, since they've never actually observed it, is what they're saying. They theorized obviously about coronas being able to be launched, but they never saw it. So that's cool. Black hole related things that we saw this week, so that's cool. I wanted to talk about, there was a dog in that was saved on an ice sheet 7 miles offshore of Michigan. 3-year-old dog escaped from the owners, went missing for nearly a whole week, 6 days. It went AWOL looking for an owner who lives in Gladwin, Michigan. It's no wonder, since the two are thick as thieves. So, yeah, the owners thought they'd never see the dog again. In late February, they went to visit Ann Arbor, some 120 miles away from home. She couldn't bring the dog with her, so she dropped her off on her way to stay at her father's in Bay City. After she left, the dog started going crazy and busted out, and then tried to go and find her, and then eventually got lost. And then on February 27th, some people spotted the dog out on the ice of the bay of Ann Arbor Bay, Saginaw, and they were like, immediately trying to get the dog. Well, the dog was good. There's like not even anything wrong with it. It was just Just cold. They said no cuts, bruises, nothing.
Wow.
So that's crazy, man. When you think like your dog is gone, especially after the first day or two or three, I mean that's like
That dog ain't coming back.
Right.
that's it. No, that's it. But yeah, man, good to see that they were reunited with the dog because yeah, dog will spend fucking 7 days of a dog's life is like 3 months or whatever the fuck it is. It's a long time for a dog to go by. It's crazy. But yeah, do you have another one?
Yeah, I mean, it's not real weird news, but you guys know Daniel Kaluuya? Kaluuya? I think that's how you say his name. He's the actor that was in Get Out. He was in Black Panther. He's going to be in that new one, Nope.
Oh, yeah.
You probably know if you saw a picture of him. So apparently, Hollywood insiders, whoever they are worried about his relationship with this life strategist he's got. So he's working with this personal manager life strategist called Air Holiness. That's what she calls herself. She apparently has kind of weaseled her way into his life, and he's fired all of his closest people, all his publicist, his stylist, his his PR person. He fired his talent agents, and like these talent agents work with like Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, Reese Witherspoon. He got rid of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's only 33, but apparently this woman, Air Holiness, is 50. He
Okay.
I'm trying to find right here. He was introduced to this woman through a makeup artist who is some sort of crystals guru. This was a makeup artist back in 2018 for Black Panther. So he got introduced to this woman, and I'm trying to find what exactly does she do for him, other than getting him into some shit.
Provide crystals.
Yeah, right?
Wrong type of crystals.
Kaluuya revealed the actor were so close during the publicity run for Judas and the Black Messiah, which was a movie that came out last year, I want to say. And he would fly her to and from Los Angeles and Vegas every week for spiritual healing, mental exercises, and a diet of herbal supplements to lose weight.
Wow.
They were seen together recently. It's not known whether or not they're like officially like romantically together. But she's done some really crazy stuff, especially on set. Apparently of this new movie, the Jordan Peele movie Nope.
Yeah.
Which I think is about aliens or some shit. She's got into shouting matches with people on set, and they're very worried about, her influence on him, and how she could potentially ruin his career.
So is it a publicity stunt, or is it just for real? Like he just doesn't know how to handle himself?
No, I mean, you guys probably know some people like this. They just get in. They set themselves up as this person that's going to help you, or make you a better person, or make your career go to the next level, or whatever.
Yeah.
When in reality, they really don't have any skill set, and
their skill set is manipulation.
Yeah,
skill set.
And they're just vampires, parasitic people that just kind of take over your life. And apparently, they're saying like every single decision that he makes goes through her now.
Jesus.
So they're very worried about him.
That's controlling right there, bro.
Yeah, he needs to get that shit taken care of.
Yeah, and he's one of those young up and coming guys that's like his career. It only needs that one role till he's at the next level. So
yeah, Get Out was pretty big too. So I mean, if anything, So.
Yep. So it's not weird news, but I thought that was fucking crazy.
Right, it's just weird. It is kind of weird, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck's really going on? Yeah. So, let's talk about your first project. I know that your career is young, but let's talk about your first projects, like some of the first songs that you put out, versus some of the newer stuff that you've put out.
Newer stuff.
Where do
To
you
be
think your
honest,
growth has been through that? Like, what are
I've
some of the
made,
weaknesses of the early stuff and some of the strengths of the newer stuff?
yeah, I feel like I've made a tremendous growth, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at my SoundCloud, and I know it's weird, but like, go all the way down. I remember the first song I dropped, I was like just messing around on some like, I don't know what I was doing, but it was just funny to me. Now looking back at it and where I've grown, it's like, yeah, it's just maybe it shows a testament to like just putting in the work every day and getting better.
Hmm.
That's really all it is. Just practice, practice, practice.
Yeah, it's definitely crucial to take the music thing serious, especially um, if you plan on being like a performance artist too. Like if you're going to be doing live shows, that takes a lot of preparation, a lot of dedication.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
to be able to memorize your shit and still keep the crowd involved and all that good shit that comes along with that.
oh
Um,
yeah.
and as an artist nowadays, especially, that's where you make your money at. You know what I'm saying? You get some
Hmm.
merch, you do the live shows, you try to sell your merch, you try to pull in maybe a little bit of money off the bar or the door or something and try to get a little something that way. And it's not a lot, but especially early on. But if you keep grinding and shit, especially if you're a live performance artist, you'll get there because people like dedication and people like to see the growth and all that good shit. So
Right,
um,
right.
be consistent with it, and that's how you fucking really make money until I mean, unless you pull a million plays on every fucking song you drop. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
yeah, definitely keeping active in that live show game is a definite plus.
for
Um,
sure.
so what was the process like? Have you been to like professional studios? Have you done a lot of your stuff on your own? Do you have a engineer that you fuck with, home studio? Like, how do you get your projects recorded and shit?
Yeah. So, in the beginning stages and still now, try to shake. In the beginning stages and now, right now, I'm still doing stuff at home. I think
Yep.
it's crazy for me. Like it's crazy to me. Like artists or rappers or people who want to make music and they talk about how they don't have money to go to a studio. I'm like, you really don't need much. Like my first, even I still use it today. My equipments, I must have spent like no more than $300 on it. I already had a monitor. You know what I'm saying? I downloaded Reaper. I'm still using it. I haven't even paid for it yet. So it's like I order my stuff on Amazon, just record at home, and um, just through mutual friends, like I found people who mix and master stuff and get that done, and that's crazy because in the beginning I didn't know what mix and master was. I'm like, you really have to do this for your vocals, and they're like, yeah, bro. Like if you want to make it sound good, you gotta do this. I'm like, oh shit. So you
Yeah.
know, stuff like that. And right now I'm at a studio right now. My friend Breezy, he just opened up a studio, so I'm here right now. He's in the studio right now next to me, mixing some stuff. But
Dope.
another person I work with is that engineers, and he's also a rapper. Is I call him Keon Hakeem, but he goes by another name. But his name is Keon. But yeah, shout out to him. He mixes most of my stuff too, my recent projects especially.
Dope. Yeah, dope.
Yeah.
Everything sounding good. That I heard is sounding good. So there's no
Hmm.
qualms, especially with how they're not slouching when it comes to mixing and mastering. That's for sure.
No, no.
Um, but yeah, let's talk about um, favorite unexplained phenomenon. Like, if there was a topic that's an unexplained phenomenon, whether it's UFOs or ghosts or Bigfoot or whatever it is, if there's one of those that stands out to you that'd be like real easy for you to talk about because maybe you're interested in it a little more than the others, what do you think that would be?
There's one of them I have to talk about. I don't even know. I really don't get into that stuff that much because it just makes me like, I don't like thinking too deep into that. It's like, damn,
No.
there's really a creature like bigger than me out there or something like that.
Yeah,
But
no.
if Bigfoot was real, dude, that'd be nuts. Like, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, no. We talk about Bigfoot a lot on here, and we were trying to explain how it could be real too. Like, um, because I'm big into like I need evidence, whether I need physical evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like pictures or
Yeah,
whatever else. It could be whatever unless you got it right in front of you. That's how I feel. However, I'm on the fence. Like I want to believe because of how much shit I've seen. Like other people experience, but I just haven't personally experienced anything. So the way I approach it was with like a real scientific way of thinking about not just Bigfoot, but explaining all those weird phenomenons, the ghosts and the aliens that you see and whatever else. And I think the common theme, and we talked about the alternate universes or multiple dimensions earlier, and I think that's a great way to explain how these other things could come to be. If there's another dimension, and we're like this physicist explained one time in the show I watched, it's like this is the dimensions, right? Here they are. We live in one. This is it, we'll say. Right here. This page. This is our dimension, right? So when dimensions can sometimes cross and blend because they're so close to one another, right? So if something lives in this one and is able to cross into a different one and back and forth between maybe the closer ones that are close to us, like a Bigfoot or a ghost or whatever energy that we see. And a lot of times we see people, they talk about orbs being associated with it, ghosts and Bigfoot.
That's true, yeah.
And so they're kind of like, that's another thing that's interdimensional that got me thinking about that, is what if it is just like that? And it's not that they're not real, but it's like real hard to get evidence because their physical existence only exists in that dimension. And what we're seeing is just like residual. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we're living on the same planet, just on a different page. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's very weird to think about it like that, but it's kind of like, for me, my brain, like the easiest way to explain it, until I can have like proof, like someone gets a Bigfoot or they got an alien and that's on NBC when I wake up in the morning, you know, like, then I'd be like, okay, all right, then let's fucking see what they say about that, you know, like, I'd be like, cool, they're proving it. But until then, I think that we have a good chance to have this multiple dimension thing, like we talked about earlier, and how they're making advancements and finding that. And as humans, we're only able to sense and see like certain sounds and vibrations and colors and whatever else. And like, if we were able to see everything, we don't know what's right next to us, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? We start thinking about shit on real deep levels. Like, I could be sitting next to a fucking alien or whatever right now, like, you know, I don't know, or whatever.
What even know?
That's what I'm saying. It just could be that way. There's vastness to how physics could be really defined, and it's always changing too. Like, you think physics is just a static fucking, you know, that's how it is, but really we're still learning a lot about physics, especially physics in other areas of the universe where physics are completely different than what we use here and how we see things and everything. So you got to think about all those fucking things when you start talking about unexplained phenomena. It is something that can I mean, we could do a weeks long show without a stop, probably talking, just bringing guests on every hour or two, you know what I'm saying, talking about unexplained phenomenon. It could be that way for real. But yeah, that's just, I mean, we could go on for days and days, especially about Bigfoot. There's another thing too, Justin. I've been watching this show called The Blind Frog Ranch, and they're digging up some shit, and they found some caverns and shit like that, and out there in the Untam Basin or whatever, out in Utah, where the Skinwalker Ranch is. It's like on the other side of where the Skinwalker Ranch would be is this place, the Blind Frog Ranch. And they're finding strange anomalies and shit over there, just like they're finding at Skinwalker. Now there's two shows, and now I'm like, oh, so my senses are going from, like, you know, different shows, and it's like they're starting to kind of make a push and try to find out what's causing all this radiation and all this shit deep within the mountainside. They dug into the mountainside, and there's carved out, it's been carved out, and there's markings and shit on the walls, and they're trying to figure out what the fuck is down there. So it's been pretty interesting. I'm not saying it's aliens or whatever it is. They think it might be Aztec people were hiding their treasures when they were fleeing from, you know, going up towards Utah, and then they fled. They may have hid stuff in there. They're not sure. That's what they think anyway. So it's pretty interesting, though, to see the technology that they use. That's one of the things I really like to see on these shows is the technology that they're using to, like, they threw the fucking thing down into the cave and it tested everything, all the gases, all the radiation levels, and it was just down there like 10 minutes, and they pulled it up and they had everything they could fucking possibly need to know about the hole. And then they mapped it out with a fucking laser. I was just like, wow, this is crazy. Like, it's awesome, all the shit that all the money they spend. But then when you think about how much money they spend on these Bigfoot shows and shit, but they never come up with a Bigfoot. oh, we spent $5 million, but we don't have a Bigfoot yet. You know,
Who's funding this project?
Yeah.
They keep getting the seasons
Who's funding
renewed.
this?
They just spend the money, but they don't fucking actually catch anything. It's crazy to me.
Imagine they found Bigfoot's like real foot or his shoe or something.
There was a guy on YouTube claiming he had Bigfoot chopped up in his freezer, and you take the motherfucker out, and like it'd be like thawing out, and he'd be doing YouTube videos with it. It's fucking
a real
hilarious.
human or something.
I have no idea what it is. I think it might be some sort of special effects. But then again, who the fuck knows? You know, this guy was crazy, and he could probably find.
He could be a murderer.
Yeah, he just might have something wrong with him. Is what I thought. I was like, this guy's fucking wacky. But it was funny to watch the videos because he was funny about it. He was like, nobody wants to believe me. And he throws this fucking giant arm, hairy ass arm with these claws and shit down on the table, and it's like got ice in the hair and shit. It's all like dreadlock. It looked like fucking Encino Man when he cracked out of the fucking ice shit. I was like, damn, what the fuck?
And like a fucking orangutan arm or something.
It got me thinking it was real. I'm like, is this real? Like, is this guy for real? And then it's like, if this was real, I would have saw this in the fucking news somewhere because this guy has like 30 videos of this. So then it just got me thinking, like, I just wasted like 2 hours of my time looking at these videos. Like, what the fuck? But that's just the nature of the beast. Like, when we're out here and I want to talk about it and be able to have conversations about it, kind of be knowledgeable at least in some of the topics, because like I said, I like to see shit for myself, you know what I mean? It's like I always ask people if they had if they're into that, maybe they had experience. Like, have you ever had experience with ghosts or whatever they say they're into, you know, just to hear their side of the story or any stories they might have too. But
well, we've had some guests that have had experiences, which is fucking really cool.
Yeah, because I haven't really had any ghost type experiences or alien. I've never seen shit, and I've seen some weird stuff in the sky, but I can't say for sure what. It just was a light, you know, it just moved. So like it wasn't anything crazy to me, and that wasn't enough for me to say that was it could have been a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that wasn't anything that I would consider an experience. But yeah, we had guests on talk about they've seen ghosts, like literally seen ghosts right there. So like, you know, that's what it is. Like we've had guests definitely talk about seeing ghosts in person, and that's crazy ass experience. And I don't know what the fuck would actually happen if it really went down.
You get some grainy ass video of it.
Grainy ass video. Hey, my Pixel does like super dope video, but for some reason, it was just super
all blurry, pixelated.
Midday. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know why it's so grainy, man. It's the Bigfoot though. But yeah, so let's do it like a top 5. Like, I just want to be like unconventional when talking top 5. So like, what do you think? Top. Are you
gonna pick a topic or just pick top 5 off the top?
Yeah, pick a topic, like whether it's movies or DJs or producers or artists or songs or albums or fucking anything, really. Keep the
I'll probably go different, I'll probably go different like sections, like top 5. Like I'm gonna say, like for example, movie, I'll go Will Smith, maybe. Rap, Biggie. Kendrick. It's just random as hell. Damn.
The beauty of it.
What else? Movies, albums. I've been listening to a lot of Kanye recently, so I'm gonna go with Late Registration. I like that album.
Okay.
And food, I don't know, pizza.
Pizza. Okay. Yeah, pizza's a fucking classic choice. Especially,
you can't go wrong with pizza.
I mean, yes, you got to get it from a good spot, though. Yeah,
that's true. That is true.
You don't want to just
go to
the gas station and grab a slice.
No,
no DiGiorno.
I mean, DiGiorno is like, you know, you'll eat it if you have to, but it's not something you gravitate to usually. You know what I'm saying? But like,
I've never liked preheat pizza. It's like it's just not a good experience.
There's a lot of good pizza in Massachusetts too. Like I've been to a lot of different good fucking pizza spots out there too. So it's always a good choice. Fuck man, for me it's I'll just do top 5 random shit too. So I got I got Nas and Snoop Dogg because right now I've been listening to their new shit that they just released, their newer shit, and catching a new vibe for them all over again because of how things have changed. And I used to be really into listening to them back in the day. So, them two, um, food, if we're talking some food, there's Puts In, which is French. It's French fries, curd cheese, which is cheddar cheese,
Poutine, yeah.
and gravy, right? So
Never heard of that.
if you're French, you say puts in, right? But it's spelled Poutine. So if you're not French, even though you should say it the French way, a lot of people still say poutine. So it is what it is, but it's puts in. If you're French like I am, and I used to say it wrong too, or when I go to Old Orchard and they had them there, I had no idea because I hadn't been around French people. But now I'm like, I could reach over out my window and fucking slap Canada, right? So yeah, I pretty much know what that's about, and it's great food, especially when done the right way. Now, some people, especially where I'm up here, where I'm at, Northern Maine, they will try to cheat the system. And they will use shredded mozzarella cheese on there instead of the cheddar cheese curds, right? It's like these little fucking curds. That's a cheating way. And also, I don't say use fresh fries, not fucking like frozen ones. Like, you got to be like hand cut from fresh potatoes. That's how you really got to have a real puts in. And they're fucking good, man. You can add hamburger to them too, like ground up hamburger. That's fucking good. And that's the reason why I went from being 225 pounds to 305 pounds, or whatever it was, at one point. It's because a lot of those. But also, I'm going to say top 5 in my life, weed, because, like, without it, like, I would go crazy, right? So, like, I got to have weed in there, top 5, food and weed, right? And then, damn, I would have to say, and I've said this before, but like, artist, author, Dean Koontz, because Dean Koontz is a dope writer, and I've read a bunch of his books, and I'm always looking forward to the new ones when they drop, and I've actually listened to a few audiobooks that were read by him, which was super fucking cool. So that's my top 5 right now.
All right, well, I'll give you some more random artists. I gotta go Banksy. I went to an exhibit in Cambridge recently.
Yeah,
it was fucking amazing. It's all private collection from random people, and they compiled it into pretty much telling like Banksy's story from how he came up to where he is now, and it was pretty fucking wild. Like all the art in there.
Yeah.
So definitely Banksy. Producer. I gotta go with Ant from Atmosphere just because I've been rocking with him for over 20 years. So, I mean, can't go wrong. He's got so many different styles that,
But you still know when it's his beat.
Oh, yeah. You can tell when it's his beat, but he does things. He's got a lot of different shit. It's not always the same type of beat.
Obscure samples and shit like that.
Yeah. Let's see. Movies. I don't know. I've been into the Marvel movies recently. Guardians of the Galaxy is fucking hilarious. Let's see. Books. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy has always been one of my favorites. And that's 4. 5. I'm gonna do comedians. Dave Chappelle. You already know.
Yeah, Dave is hilarious.
Yeah. He never missed a beat.
No.
Yeah.
I see Netflix promoted him to something new, right?
Yeah, I think he got a new deal, but he's putting other guys on now.
Okay.
It's specials. Donnell Rawlings, if you remember from the Chappelle show. I'm rich, biatch. That guy.
Ashley Larry.
He's getting his own stand-up special, and Chappelle's producing it.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a couple other, like 3 or 4 other guys that are doing that. So Chappelle's putting his homies on, basically, which is good.
Hell yeah.
It's like Adam Sandler.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we want to know, like, what do you do besides music? Like, what are you doing out here when you're not making music? I know music probably takes up a lot of the
Hell
time
yeah.
to grind, but obviously you got to have time away from the music. And what do you do when
Yeah.
you do that?
Honestly, really, I just watch TV, man. Like a lot of Netflix recently.
Yep.
Um, Besides that, I'm trying to learn Spanish. I took it in high school, but now I'm on Duolingo, try to catch up on that, just learn it because I want to get into like traveling a lot. Like I want to go to Spain eventually. I want to go to like different places and just learn, have another language that you can be like, hey, I speak this too. Like that's cool. Like making music is one thing, but like picking up another language along the way, it's like that's dope. So I've been doing that, and I want to get into playing an instrument. I've been thinking about getting to the piano or trumpet, but yeah, those are those two things right now. I definitely want to do.
That's dope.
Yeah, hell yeah. Um, I always like to say that I like to get out in nature, but it's been a long winter, so I haven't really been. I mean, I'm getting out. It's just not the same as when it's like summertime or spring or whatever. So it's been a long, white fucking winter where I'm at, and I just recently had to put my dog down at the end of January. One of my dogs, so that was tough at first, and kind of coming out of that with this one, and making sure that she gets out and more than just the bare minimum, like going out, just
Yeah,
try to go out more often than that is tough, especially how cold it was out here, and we hadn't had that in the past couple of years. It was like negative fucking, it was below zero like every goddamn day and windy, and it's like you can't stay out too long, so it's like I can't put boots on the dog, so it's like for me it's winter's tough sometimes, it's long, because for me, I like to get out with the dogs, and like I don't say shit. I'm out. I'm on a trail. I follow the dog. Like I let the dog, doesn't have a fucking leash or anything like that. The dogs just go, and I just walk behind the dogs and control the dogs with my voice, and it's just like hardly ever have to really. I'm like, hey, and that's like it's peaceful. It's peaceful, and it helps me reset and get the fuck out of like being surrounded by electronics and everything, which I think is important. Um, so if you can get out and do that, sometimes it helps. um, yeah, because winter what is it? Seasonal depression is a fucking thing and can
yeah,
happen quickly, and you might not even know what the fuck's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just like, oh, it's just shitty out. I'm like, man, I'm sleeping more today. Whatever it is. Um, I think just getting outside and letting some light get on your fucking skin is good. Kind of helps you center and whatever. So get out of the fucking house sometimes, you motherfuckers, when it's time to reset. Um, so yeah, Fire on 4 presents the smoke break. So now's a good time if any of the guests are smoking up. It's raining outside right now, so I'm not going outside right now to fucking smoke. Normally, or sometimes I would have my pen. My cartridge is fucking empty, so I don't really care that much. But yeah, Fire on 4 is down at 367 4th Street in Portland, Maine's Old Port District. They are recreational only. Go down, check them out. They got whatever you need down there for cannabis-related products. And right now, we're gonna play some music from the guest. So let me see if I can share over this SoundCloud, and we'll get it to play through the share, I think, and I think that we'll be
cool.
able to get that to work here. Because yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, we were having a little trouble with the Spotify. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to hear the Spotify. It just won't be as clear as, say, the SoundCloud should sound. Anyway, so on the SoundCloud, I'm pretty sure this "Don't Fall Asleep" song is definitely one that you had sent over. So
Yeah,
let's.
that one. Yeah, play. Yeah, that joint's a good one.
I'm gonna play that one first. Do you want to set it up for the audience? Just let them know
Um,
a little bit background.
yeah, yeah. Don't fall asleep. Let me see. What was that? I released that a while ago, but it was with my homie, Old Man Mello. That joint was a while ago. It's my style is very different. Like the UK drill beats and stuff.
Yeah.
I do a more singy vibe on that, and it's a more like mellow vibe. The sample from that is from an old X song, XX Tentacion song.
Yeah.
Um, so it's a cool vibe, But
Yeah. Dope.
yeah,
Yeah. Let's get into it. So don't fall asleep.
Yeah, don't fall asleep when you stressed out, cause the stress on your chest might burst out. Yeah, shit. I know you got lots in your mind, but please I ain't begging you, give it some time. Yeah, I know what you're going through. You also take my advice and go with it right. Shit, you probably lost your job the night before. Now you ain't got no money to pay your bills. Shit. And to top it off, student loans begging for the payments. Landlord knocking at your door for your payments. You wanna tell him wait, but he gives you vibes of a rapist. Oh yes, yes, how do I forget? Your boyfriend calls, says he wants to end all ties with you. Now you probably wanna kill yourself with a bow tie. Please don't fall. Don't fall asleep, baby. Don't fall. Don't fall asleep, baby. Don't fall asleep. When you hear my voice in your head, don't fall asleep. When you hear my voice in your head.
Let me grab my dub, baby, this my win. In the mirror where I meet my sins. Up the block where I meet my friends. To get lit, then head back home. But not before I lose my phone. You call me a dog, at least throw me a bone. You got it all, then why you alone? Playing old school Drake, girl, you so far gone. You follow me on YouTube, you follow me on IG. Girl, I know you heard this song. Show me a rose that grew from concrete, then we can set it in stone. These not mind games, I don't know hypnosis. Girl, don't fall in the darkness, chasing things that you can't see. Focus on me, don't fall asleep.
Don't fall. Don't fall asleep, baby. Don't fall. Don't fall asleep, baby. Don't fall asleep. When you hear my voice in your head, don't fall asleep. When you hear my voice in your head.
Yeah, so I love the little sample, man. It's awesome because it's in there in the beginning. It's so light, and then it just everything, bow, just drops.
Yeah. Shout out to the producer, Show Beats. He's a dope producer from New York, man. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. That one was yeah, I like that. So yeah, let me see here. What's this Wolf of Wall Street song? I don't think I heard this because everything I heard from you was on Spotify, so I don't think this.
Yeah, a bunch of my songs I didn't put on like other platforms for a while because I just put these out there just to put them out there and just get it going. I might upload them eventually on Spotify and stuff. But Wolf of Wall Street, it's just like when you see the movie Wolf of Wall Street, it's like up at 3 a.m. in the morning, like bloodshot eyes, like going hard as hell, you know. So that's the type of vibe I was trying to get from the song, like forget all the noise, you know what I'm saying? Just keep your head down, keep grinding, keep going. And my boy Carlos, Carlito, I don't know what he's gonna go with his rap name yet, but he's a feature on that. He's from Cape Cod too, you know. He's a dope artist. He's a hip hop head too, so it was a great collaboration, you know. So.
Well, now we gotta play it because that was just a
sure.
introduction, so we gotta play it now for sure.
Right.
I gotta hear what it sounds like now. All right, let's go. That ain't it. Here we go.
Okay, look at the sky like it's this type of morning. I be up in like 6:45. Whoa, they send a school but I'm present attendance. It's me and the microphone inside the class. I'm trying to paint me a vivid imagination like it's Mona Lisa's ass. Yeah, bad shot, ooh, yeah, that shit was out of the blue. Raised up kinda tough. My mom had to work like a feather dust just to gather all the dollar bills. So the winter heat don't go chill. Yeah, so return. I was partially made to have a mission. You can say like a wolf up there. It don't matter, I took out the shades, Wolf of the Wall Street mentality. Get that guap and feed family. Don't listen to all the hate. Most of these niggas can't do what you do anyway. Wolf of the Wall Street mentality. Get that guap and feed family. Don't listen to all the hate. Most of these niggas can't do what you do anyway. Okay.
Landed, call me the Don, I'm a bandit. Living on Mars, how I planned it. Feeling so lost and abandoned. Part of my manners, follow my bar, stand it. Told me to stop, take it and talk, buzzing the clock. Granted, I'm the king of the mass. Wolf of the street when I'm getting this cash. Back on my feet and I run up the bag. Tankers on the end, I fill up the gas. Slow down. down, pick it up fast. Word on my grief, I'm making it pass. Part of my teeth, I take off the mask. Wolf for the street and I'm making it crash. Slide on the beat, now I'm giving it back.
Get in my bed at the bottom of fry. Plenty times I ask God why. The bigger the man, the bigger the picture. I look in the mirror, it's similar clear. If it ain't kill you, it's making it stronger. Trust in the Lord, He got you. It's a process, trust upon it. 21 for the sixes, I'm on it. I'm making steps for the best of my future. I do an impression like babies on first. It's the fact that I killed it. From the look of reactions, I bit off getting the hearse. Oh yeah, it hurt for sure. Oh wow, these are things I do because I'm winning. Wolf for the Wall Street mentality. Get that guap and feed family. Don't listen to all the hate. Most of these niggas can't do what you do anyway. Wolf for the Wall Street mentality. Get that guap and feed family. Don't listen to all the hate. Most of these niggas can't do what you do anyway. Okay, need to focus on yourself, cause you got you some time. Yeah, you need to focus on yourself, cause you got you some time. Yeah. Yeah, hey, once upon a time I was 16, had many goals and ammunition just to take a shot at my fucking competition. Shit, but I didn't, and I missed out on a chance just to be the best. But shit, I'm back on my feet, and I'm back on the race, and I'm back in your face, and I'm back in the shot when it's pretty brains like oatmeal, little bitch.
My mic was muted. Damn, that shit was fire. That was a whole nother vibe, right? Compared to the last one, that one was like going hard the whole time. Damn. Oh, connection. Got you back. It's like the connections dropped out a little bit for our guest here. Let him come back. But yeah, I was feeling that. Let's see if. Oh. All right, there you are. We got you back now.
Cool.
Yes, that happens sometimes, man, with Restream too. So I don't know if it's the internet or Restream, because sometimes I'll have perfectly fine internet and it'll do it to me, and I'm like, I'm right here. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, yeah, that was a whole nother vibe then from the first one that we played.
First one, yeah, it's different.
Yeah, just nonstop went the whole time. Trying to think where we're at. Oh, yeah, that's right. New rap versus old rap. Now, kind of mentioned briefly, like, you know, what influences are, but you said Biggie, so obviously that's some of the old school golden era type music or whatever. So is that with that being said, a lot of these people out here these days will like come out and just like, you know, do a music video when they're doing a live show and like rap over the song that everybody hear or whatever. So my main thing I like to ask people is rapping over vocals or not?
For me, I think because I actually have a show coming up, and I was in cahoots with another person who I've done a show with and stuff, and I'm actually asking my other producer, like, what should I do when I'm performing? Like, should I lower my vocals, my main vocals, and let the beat coast, and like at a certain point, like a chorus or something, have the audience interact with it, so turn that up more, or should I just go ahead and lip sync it, you know? But I think it all depends, because if you're a person who's trained to perform and you have all the cahoots, you're good with it, and you can engage with the audience, go ahead and lip sync if you want, because then you're doing the more performance aspect. But if you're just spitting lyrical magic for a whole 5 hours straight or something, I don't know, like maybe you want to go ahead and lower the beat, just have the beat play, you know what I'm saying? It all depends, really.
Yeah. So, I mean, normally what I like to talk about too is having like a hype man and shit. I feel like that's like an essential part of hip hop that sometimes gets forgotten. Having a hype man can go a long way to help people not really feel like they need the backing vocals and shit. And yeah, like you said, if the type of music is it's the type of music that allows for that like almost theatrical fucking performance where it's not really important that they're rapping, and it's more or less if they're fucking jumping around and smashing water bottles and shit and throwing them at people and whatever, jumping in the crowd. Yeah, I get it, I understand. But from a consumer's aspect of things, like if I'm buying a ticket to get in or whatever, I'm gonna want to see like a unique performance. You know what I'm saying? Like especially if I know the person's music and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go see them live because I already know some of their music or whatever. So, and if I go and it's like I could just play the song on my Bluetooth speaker at home and jammed out to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost, like I've said before on here, I don't care if they fuck up a lyric or forget something or whatever. I'd rather hear that and hear how they push through that than anything else. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, you fucked the word up. That's it. Like, no, it happened. I've been around. That happens a lot. Like, it's part of that performance that I'm kind of paying for, almost in a way. And like, some people might be like, oh, well, I paid for that performance and they fucked up their song, and I get that. Some people are like that. I'm just saying, for me, like, I'm not gonna be angry at that. I'm gonna say, hey, you know what? My money was worth it now because I just got to see, not that they messed up and I'm like, yeah, they messed up, but I got to see them maybe fuck up a word or a line or something and just get back right into the groove and fucking kill it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I see. Even if somebody's got to freestyle the last 4 bars of their verse or some shit. I've seen that happen or whatever. It's cool because it's unique in a way. You're having a unique experience, whether the art, I know it's probably stressful a lot of times for some artists. They're like, fuck, I just fucked shit up. But I'm also an artist, so I kind of know, like, it can happen. And I'm not one to be like, you know, that's it, you're done, you can't fucking never perform again. You know what I'm saying? I want to see something unique, and if that's what the uniqueness is, then that's what it is, right? And then I always, if asked, I provide fucking constructive criticism. I'm not just going to be like, you fucked up your line, deal with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be like, hey man, fucking maybe just 27 more times listening to that song, you would have remembered those lines. I know how tedious it can be, fucking trying to remember shit. For me, anyway, it's I'll write shit like crazy. I can write blah 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 and record it down, and then it's like I do so much that I just, and then I'm type that I, even with beats, with everything I do, I'll do it, and then I move the fuck on, right? And I'll go back like and look at beats I made like from months before, and I'll be like, damn, I don't even remember half of the names of these. And I'll click on
it. Happens all the time.
Shit, I remember that one now, and it's like, damn.
Yeah.
So for me, yeah, memorizing words is a big thing, especially because they're placed so intricately. When I write it, I do it very, like, you know, on purpose. I want it to be in the pocket. I don't want to be out of pocket. I erase words and put new ones in. I, you know, change the syllables of words, like by changing the ending a lot. So a lot of my shit will get switched in my head sometimes, and I'll be remembering something I first wrote down rather than what I changed when it comes to the end of the song, and it takes a lot sometimes for me. Just the way that I write, I think, is part of that. But I don't really have to worry about it anymore because I'm like 37 and I'm not doing any live fucking shows, so who cares? So
I think that's a good point about it, because like, as an artist, if you care about the art, you gotta like put the time into it, right? I mean, like, so like most of those songs you just heard, those were songs like I would record like off the top of my head, just go in the booth and just record them. I wouldn't write it. Now I'm doing the opposite. Now I'm writing, and I'm really taking my time to write a song. Like, I take like maybe 2 weeks to finish a song because I'm really putting more effort into it. So I'm actually really excited for you to hear my new shit I got coming up. But yeah, like, it's a drastic change from what I used to do. It's like now I'm really becoming an artist. It's like taking the time to really do it, you know?
And I feel like that's an important step as an artist. You know, when you're first starting out, you're just fucking around, seeing, you know, trying different things, see what hits. And now that you've kind of found your voice and your groove, and you're really like thinking about it, you can dive in and get a little bit deeper, you know. So I feel like that's a good sign of progress right there.
Yeah, not being comfortable in the same groove that you've always been in, trying to carve out a new path. Even if it's something you know what I'm saying, you're not comfortable with. You got to do that sometimes. Not saying do a whole album like that, but do a couple of songs that you're different. You're like, all right, this is a whole different thing that I'm used to. And then working with different artists is a big thing too. Not in the fact with like, oh, I got 5 rappers on my album or 5 singers on my album. I'm talking about like going and finding a guitarist or a keyboardist, right, and having them come in and work with a producer that you know, or yourself if you're making beats, right, and see what can come up with. Like you can go, especially in Mass, they got a lot of like working artists. You could hit up the Berkeley School and find kids that are fucking super talented and be like, come play some piano riffs in my fucking thing and try to vibe. I think that is an awesome way of creating too. Just kind of thinking outside the box, not always thinking on it online and finding a producer and buying their beats, but like what can you create like from your own mind? Like maybe you've got something in there that you can't get out, maybe some other type of artist, because I know there's always going to be an artist that's more talented than you know what I'm saying, but you can combine and know what your strengths are and weaknesses and shit and try to find people to like come in and do that with, and then create working relationships with people that do shit in the future. I mean, you never know. The next motherfucking Scott Storch out there, he basically made Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? I mean, without Scott Storch, half that shit wouldn't even happen. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That's how it is. But yeah, that's a great piece of advice right there. So yeah, we talked about this before the show, but like one song or project that would best describe you and your work right now, if you bumped into, I don't know, fucking Jimmy Iovine on the fucking elevator and you're like, I make music, and he's like, bullshit, I don't believe you, play me your best shit right now, and you got till I get to floor 20, right? What are you gonna play for Jimmy?
I would play that song "I Mean It" or "Geekin'." For one, "Geekin" was like the first song that really like it wouldn't blew me up, but like really got people's ears. It was catchy, it was dope. I think people would like it for the simple fact it's a good song. But "I Mean It," it's a great song. Like anytime now, I'm emailing like performer like music venues and stuff or producers or collaborations. I send them "I Mean It" because it's a song I recorded in Atlanta, so it just shows me going out of my range and working with other producers and engineers. That's for one. And also, it's like, it's a great song. I like it a lot. That's just what I do, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah. And "I Mean It" is on Spotify.
Right.
Yep. All right, so I'm gonna play the song right now. The audio quality probably won't be as good as it will be if you guys are gonna listen at home or on your own system, but we're gonna get it good enough here to listen to right now. Let's stop this elevator music, and let's see if we can get this to play right now.
I mean it. If I gave you my heart in the box, would you keep it? Put it with the keys, nobody else see it. These are things I need to be, cause yeah, with me, I'm a little bit vulnerable side. I don't want anybody seeing the scars that I has to be. Leaving room for sharks attacking me, yeah. I mean it. If I gave you my heart, would you keep it? I don't need nobody else to see it. Yeah, I mean it. If I gave you my heart, would you keep it? I don't need nobody else to see it. And it's right, yeah. I don't wanna, no, fall out of place, yeah. And it's right, yeah. I don't wanna, fall out of place, yeah. Doesn't really matter. TikTok dance how quick I'll call you. Shit, spalling air in the space, wanna ball with you. Yeah, no tell, but I really wanna talk with you. Our conversation circle around the world. We gotta get to the communication shit. Whoa, yeah. He left you in a jail. He treat you like water molecule. I took out a two and I use a hoe, but I gave it back to you. Oh, yeah. I gave you resources like the United Nations to the third world of countries. I got you right back on your feet. You was in need. Yeah. I mean it. If I gave you my heart in the box, would you keep it? Put it with the keys, nobody else see it. These are things I need to be, cause yeah, with me, I'm a little bit vulnerable side. I don't want anybody seeing the scars that I has to be. Leaving room for sharks attacking me, yeah. I mean it. If I gave you my heart, would you keep it? I don't need nobody else to see it. Yeah, I mean it. If I gave you my heart, would you keep it? I don't need nobody else to see it. And it's right, yeah. I don't wanna, no, fall out of place, yeah. And it's right, yeah. I don't wanna, fall out of place,
Yeah, man, I love that fucking beat too. The beat's great.
Yeah.
it's got a feel to it that's definitely it's definitely stepped up like from the last couple that I heard, and like you said,
Mm-hmm.
that would definitely be a good one to play. Like
Oh
could
yeah.
probably that could probably be a radio record if today's market wasn't so fucking um just full of artists. You know what I'm saying? Because we have
Yeah,
artists that are out there. I'm just saying that it would be a radio record all day.
for
Um,
sure.
and not to say that it couldn't be. I'm just saying it's hard as fuck to get into fucking radio. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no, I understand
But
what
as
you're
far
saying.
as
Definitely.
what it sounds like and
Yeah.
how it sounds and how it comes across and catchiness and vibe, look, it's definitely a radio song, pop rap, pop hip hop, fucking pop song. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what it
It
feels like.
fits in with what's hot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
But that's the thing though. I'm like, I just want to release the new shit I got so bad because it's like I said, that was early in my career. Like,
Yeah.
even though it's early, it's like last year, like summertime. But that was when I was, I wasn't really putting the pen to the pad per se. Now I got more stuff where I'm like really jotting down my thoughts and I'm really tapping into the inner rap of me, So I
Yeah.
just can't wait to drop that stuff. Really.
Yeah, the new stuff. Yeah. What? So let's. I mean, if you're talking about it right now, when is this stuff gonna drop? Do you have a date to drop that this stuff's dropping, or what?
No, I'm just holding off on it right now. For the simple fact, it's like what I was doing. I was dropping the song every week just to build up traction and stuff. And I don't know if I was overworking myself or just not putting out quality enough. But what I'm doing now is taking a step back and I'm really building up a name for myself on either TikTok, Instagram Reels, whatever it is, just building a name. So when people say Jordaine Grant, what does he do? They can say he does this, but hey, the music is coming along with it, And I want to
Yeah.
get to the point where I make really good music and it's like appeals to everybody.
Hell yeah, it's pretty good goals to have.
Yeah.
You want to be able to, especially if your goals are to be out here and having your name known. Yeah, I mean that's a cool approach to it too. Being that a younger generation, TikTok and the reels and all that stuff is
Yeah.
what's popular, and that's probably. I mean, a lot of people blow off that shit. Just takes one little fucking snippet to blow. You know what I'm saying? Next
It's
thing you know,
ridiculous. It's
yeah,
ridiculous.
it's definitely crazy for sure. Now, you had sent me another one, the Geeking home video. I want to
Yeah,
play
that
that
was
on YouTube.
that was
Um,
2 years, 2020 December or 2021 December. I released that.
yeah. So yeah, I want to play that video that's on YouTube. I think I got it shared over. Let me see if I can get it over here. Here we go. So
All right, yeah, I
this,
shot this. I shot this on my iPhone, and I used like an app called Velo to edit it. It was just something I was like, because the song was doing good at the time. I think I got like 2,000 or 1,000 plays on Apple Music. It was just doing great. So I'm like, hey, why not just do a video like for shits and giggles, So
Yeah.
I just did it with my homie Carlos. He helped me shot it. So yeah.
oh yeah. All right, yeah. So let's play. Get rid of the elevator music and play this here full screen.
Hey, itching, I'm geeking, I'm waiting to disperse on the mic. Just give me one take like it's life. Gather my team like a huddle with itching and poking and ready to burst. I don't know who drop. This in the game, me go fumble. Make sure the vision real clear like a tunnel. Start in my brain as I dropped out of college. The blue bit of game, gon' make it a knowledge. Hey, they said that I was geeking, but had me a reason to go and get some money. No more slaving for the eating. Saw my family struggle to get up out the bubble. I had to make a playful style buffet. I ate my tumble. Now we pop on the scene, no codeine, but I'm lean. Dirty face when I'm shrugging, people saying that I'm mean. They try to put me in the cycle, but I washed out their team. I'm the leader, I'm the captain, I'm the brawn of this team. I see codeine for relief my senior year. I told my ACL, shit was devastating. Never thought I'd make it back here. At quarter around past 2, I looked the doctors in their eyes. They said, Mr. Grant, you have made it. Now welcome yourself alive. Yeah, I'm great. You feel great. Yes, sir. I feel great. Oh yeah, we awake. Hey, why you always geeking? You moving kinda different. Assistant on the floor be like Michael and Scottie Pippen. Hey, slicing up my flaws like turkey at a country dinner. Shorty landed on a robber. May I offer you a flower? If you didn't get the bottom, measure us at different levels. I'ma bounce out to the left and bring it right to 808. Certain circumstances made my vision clear as brighter day. Had to open up some secrets, Victoria stowed away. She was tripping with her Molly, then I showed her our direction. Pledged to allegiance, going up in my direction. And now I pop on the scene, no codeine, but I'm lean. Dirty face when I'm shrugging, people saying that I'm mean. They try to put me in a cycle, but I washed out their team. I'm the leader, I'm the captain, I'm the brunt of this team. Oxycodone for relief, my senior year, I tore my ACL. Shit was devastating, never thought I'd make it back here. At 2:15, I looked the doctors in their eyes. They said, Mr. Grant, you have made it, now welcome yourself alive. Yeah, I'm great. You feel great, yes sir, I feel great. Oh yeah, hey, wait, hey, why you always geeking? You're moving kinda different. Assisting on the floor be like Michael and Scottie Pippen. I see bounce up in the booth, I might leap over all my goals. Catching thrill, I feel like Mike, I might moonwalk on all my goals. Sticky with the sticky with the Sweet talk business like some honey, but no money for you house. Oh, you stupid, but she thought she getting guap. Oh, you cupid, ain't no loving on these stocks.
Oh my god. That was fun.
Oh, he's muted. That's a good example of how visuals can enhance an already awesome song.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was saying I loved it. It was great.
Yeah,
I like the vibe on that song, but the visuals just make it extra.
I slipped in that bar when I was like, shorty landed on a rock, but man, I offer you a flower, like Mayflower a rock, but it's kind of funny.
No, man, that was good. I like to see more visuals from you, like full length, like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, TikToks and everything is fucking awesome because they're funny and funny, but I just like the creativity and the artistry of doing a whole video, like even just like what you just did. It was just like you said, having that enhances it that much more, especially for the purpose of shows like this. You know, we can play some visual shit for people. It's always good. So, man, I was liking it. So yeah, I mean, you know, that's pretty much the show in a nutshell. So I mean, we want to promote anything that you have to promote, as far as shows that are upcoming, projects to talk about, anyone you want to shout out. Now would be a great time to do that.
Shout out first of all, you know, everybody's been with me from the beginning. You know, shout out my guy Carlos. You know, it's like my day one right there. He's been with me for a long time. The guy's been. I mean, we started working together, and he's just a hip hop head, and I'm a hip hop head, and I'm like, yo, I'm starting making music. He's like, dope, you know what I'm saying? And then he started doing it, and he's making beats right now, so he's on to come up with that. Shout out to him, great guy. Shout out to my friend studio I'm at right now, Amar. Shout out to all the guys who have helped me produce, engineer, you know, and my mom too. Shit, shout out to her, you know, she's the one paying the bills, so I gotta thank her for real. Like,
hell yeah.
You know, one day hopefully I'll be able to make a living off of this and support her for sure. That's the goal, you know. So, yeah, man. Right now I got a show at the Jungle this month on the 22nd in Somerville. I perform 8:30. So if anyone's in the area, stop by. I think it's like $5 per ticket, but you can afford that. It's cool.
Yeah.
You know? Stop by, check me out, and like I said with the music, I'm just holding off on that right now, building up a catalog. I wouldn't say I'm in album mode right now, but I'm in that concept of making art like that. You get what I'm saying? So, like you said, with people from Berkeley, like I want to tap in with artists. If you play piano, tap in, trumpet. Like I would love to have someone who plays a trumpet, like an intro with a trumpet. Oh man, that's dope right there. Like.
Nothing like live instruments, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I need that on my music right now. And that's basically it for me right now. Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, man. So I mean, thanks for coming on and sharing what you got.
Appreciate you, dude. All right.
And we definitely want to have you come back on once you've got, you know, a new project and stuff. We'll keep up with everything that you got going on. We follow each other on social, so I'm sure I'll keep up and see when new things are dropped. But when you got something new, maybe towards the fall time, you know, we'll do this again, so you can come on about what you got going on then too. So
yeah.
But yeah, man, it was great to get to know you, and finally get to hear a little bit different music than what I had heard on Spotify. I hadn't
Yeah.
even thought to go over to SoundCloud. I got Spotify Premium, so I'm like on Spotify all the time. So
Right.
do a lot of stuff on there. But yeah, so anybody go to the social. You see it down there on the screen. You can head over to the YouTube channel. Just search the name, and it comes right up. Make sure you go and show some love over there for the homie. And yeah, I mean, we'll catch you on the flip side, bro. We're gonna finish up the podcast. We're gonna let you get back to work, and hopefully you're banging out some bangers out there.
All right, no, thank you guys. This is like my first interview, podcast, whatever it is you want to call it.
Yeah.
But it means a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I'll definitely remember this. Especially coming from a Mainer too. That's dope. Like, you can't write that out. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So that's
Hell
dope,
yeah.
man.
And if you need this recording too, by the way, I got all the recording. So if you want to chop something up with just make a little promo for your own shit, you just let me know and I'll email you. I'll email you the video file to do that.
All right. So,
all right, man.
All right, man. Good luck to you guys. Thank you once again.
Peace,
all right. Peace. All right.
Yeah. So we done with the guests right now. I do want to remind people that we are still in submission mode. If you've got submissions, we're trying to get people to give us enough submissions to run with the show every week. If we did get more submissions, we would do a weekly show where we're just playing people's music rather than doing the interview. So if anybody out there has music, go to the link tree at the bottom of the screen here, and there's a jot form thing to submit music, whether it's links to YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, or if you want to send direct files right into, I think you can do that also. Looking for a music video, any other kind of video, head over to elevateaudioandvisual.com to see what I've done over there. Drone, whatever you need, we got it over there. Also, album cover, artwork, promo. We help you work with distribution companies and get your music out there. If it's not something you're familiar with, we can do pretty much whatever you need done over there. So shout out to Fire on 4 down at 367 4th Street in Old Port. Shout out to Iron Apparel for always being dope and being a small black Maine-owned business. And also shout out to MPCstuff.com for providing us with the finest MPC replacement parts and anything else you might need for that kind of shit. So next week, oh yeah, I got a graphic for this. I don't know if it's been updated, but it should have next week's on here. So next week's guest, next week, let me see, what do we got to get this off here. All right, so we got SSM Wokestar next week, March 13th, joining us. We'll have some good discussion with him, and from there, it's going to be more of the same. If you're trying to get on the show, you can always hit me up on social media, on Instagram at Obese the Prophet, Facebook. Not so much. I don't let people message me from my Facebook page. It gets kind of annoying. So yeah, Instagram would be a good place to get a hold of me, or you can always email obesetheprophet@gmail.com. If you're trying to get on the show, or if you have anything to contribute to the show, or want your own show, you have your own ideas and stuff, whatever it is, just get at me. We'll try to see what we can do. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's show. And next week, I want to say that there's something special going down, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I know that my album is in the process of being checked over by the ones who check things before it goes to the DSPs, and I haven't heard back yet, so I don't know. But I'm hoping to have it out by the end of the month. So I think I had said, please, distribution gods, release my album on the 25th of March, but I'm not sure if it will actually release then, so I'm not really promoting it until I know for sure. But it's coming soon, and I want to fucking put it in the rear view so I can start working on some new shit, including the Beat Report Volume 7, which I pretty much got the beats for already. I did a lot of more like grimy, rugged type beats for this Beat Report and less like poppy, trappy type shit. There's still some of that, but I did a lot more like angry beats. So it should be pretty fun for that. Also, if you're an artist looking for beats, hit me the fuck up. I got like a Google Drive folder with like 200 beats in it. I can add your email to it. Beats are $50 with the tag, $100 without the tag. Every beat you buy from me is exclusive. I don't lease beats, so no one will ever rap over a beat that you buy from me. You'll never hear anybody else rapping on it because I don't fucking lease beats at all. When you buy a beat from me, it's exclusive rights. You get a contract and everything. You can do whatever you want with it. If you want to fucking just put it on your hard drive and never use it, that's up to you. You want to put it in a background of a fucking video you do and have no rapping on it, that's fine too. I don't give a shit. Once I sell you the beat is yours. Do what you wish with it. That's the beauty of exclusive rights. I don't need to lease it because I make so many fucking beats that I don't need to do that. Just period. So if you're looking for beats, hit me up. I'll add you to the folder. Also, if you want to go to my website, obesetoprofit.com, and grab that free drum kit. I do have another drum kit. It's basically complete. I just haven't put it out yet. It's going to be the 2022 drum kit for free, dropping soon. It's going to have like another 500 something sounds so far with it anyway. So there's already one on my website. If you go there, 660 sounds for free. Just click on the free drum kit link over at my website, obesetoprofit.com. So that's pretty much all I got, unless you got something else to add. Obviously, the situation in Ukraine is out of control, and I just want to say personally that I'm standing with the people of Ukraine, and they're fighting for democracy pretty much right now. I've heard some reports of some racist shit going down, which I don't agree with, as far as, people of color being denied, to leave the country. I saw some videos and shit, and that I don't agree with, and I don't know. And I can't say the actions of a few speak for the entire country of Ukraine, and that would be the same here, because shit like that probably goes down here too. And I know that you don't want to blame a whole of people for stupidity of a few, but I don't like that. But we stand with Ukraine, and we're definitely we're hoping that they can hold off long enough to not lose their country. But yeah, other than that, we will see you next week with a fresh episode and a new guest. So take it easy. Peace.